What is up, guys? My name is Dane, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how much it costs to publish one book on Amazon. Now, I know there's many different methods you can do to publish a book on Amazon. This is just my method. This is the one that's been working for me, that I learned from my mentors, Christian Mickelson and Rasmus Mickelson. And so far it's been doing great. So I know there's like hundreds of other methods. You could pay $10,000 to publish a book. You could pay $100 to publish a book, but this is my way. So I want to go over that. This week I got a new mic set up. I hope it sounds better than last week, or 2 weeks ago, I think now. That one didn't sound very good. I got it a little bit closer to my face today, so hopefully it sounds a bit better. But anyways, let's just get right into this. I don't want to waste your time. Okay, it was way too cold and you had to put on a hoodie. Anyways, let's get right into this. Before I start getting into the actual costs and breaking everything down, I want to do this like to the dollar, so like I'm pretty exact with my costs and everything. But before I do that, I just want to say again, there are hundreds of different ways to publish a book. I know that. You can publish it for a bunch of money, you can publish it for like no money, you can do it all yourself. This is the method that's been working for me, and I can prove it's been working for me. It's currently the 11th of December that I'm filming this, and ever since the 1st of December, I've done double my sales compared to any other month. I know it's Q4, so sales will be higher. I'll show a screenshot here on the screen of what my sales are so far this month alone. It's been going crazy. Compared to other months, I think November I did like 1,800 total sales. Show a screenshot. This month it's already at like 3 grand in like 10 days, which is insane. And that's off around like 6 or 7 books. So yeah, this method works. This is one that I've been using. So I just wanted to cover that before I get into the actual cost of everything. This method works. All right, so I'm gonna dive right into this and just number things off. The first thing that I'm gonna be going over is Kindle Direct Publishing and what the costs of publishing one book are gonna be on there. The first thing I could think of was KD Spy, which is going to cost you $47 US. This is a one-time payment. It's not like a monthly thing or anything like that. It's just a plugin that you use on Google Chrome to gather keywords for your books. And in the Twins course, which I'll link down below, they have everything that it takes to do keyword research. Maybe I'll make a video on this in the future, but I don't want to do that today. We're just going over the costs. And then another thing for gathering keywords is for your ads afterwards, like once you have a book live and setting up ads, is going to be Publisher Rocket. This is a necessity. It's going to grab all the high-end keywords to put into your ads. You use this along Google Keyword Planner, but that's free. For Publisher Rocket, it's going to cost you $97 US, and that's a one-time payment again. So no monthly payments. That's like 150 bucks right off the bat. Definitely buy these two things, invest in it. They're going to save you so much time. It's insane. Time is money, so don't waste your time. The second thing I can think of is completely free. Okay, this is completely free. You can choose to pay for this kind of service if you want, but from my experience so far, like since I've started publishing, this has been something I've done all on my own. There's a couple things like writing your book outline, creating a pen name, and writing a book description. So like I said, you can outsource this to places like Upwork. Actually, one of the Twins' girlfriends, Laura, she has her own service that writes book descriptions and does proofreading and editing. She offers all these kind of things, so you can actually buy book descriptions, but so far I've just been doing this on my own. And the main reason why I've been doing it on my own is because, like the Twins told me, that I should learn the business inside and out before I go outsourcing every single thing, because you can outsource everything in this business. You don't have to do anything yourself. But at the start, which I'm still at the start, you definitely want to do things yourself and just learn the business inside and out, so you know all the different steps that you have to take care of. So making an outline for your book, pen name, and book description should be free. The third thing is going to be the biggest cost for me, anyways. It's the biggest cost, and that's finding a ghostwriter and paying them. So for example, for a 30,000 word long book, generally for me, I find my writers through Upwork, which has been great. It's been working excellent for me ever since I started publishing. But for 30,000 words, it's been around $400 to $600. I find this to be like a sweet spot for me, just because if you go any lower than $400, you're going to be sacrificing things like quality, which is a huge thing you don't want to sacrifice. In the long run, if you have a low quality book, it's just not going to last on the marketplace. So invest at the beginning, get a high quality written book. Other things that are going to affect your price are going to be the genre you're writing in, when you need it by. Most writers take about a month to write their book, but if you need it quicker than that, I haven't really done this before, but if you're asking for it to be in like 2 weeks, you're definitely paying a premium. You're gonna be paying more money for something like that. So price is really dependent on a few things, but for me, $400 to $600 for a 30,000 long word book is around the sweet spot. There's other services you can use. I haven't used them before, but things like the Urban Writers, Hot Ghostwriter, those are just 2 other things that you can find ghostwriters through. They're like platforms, websites. I'll link them down below. You can check them out if you want. I'm pretty sure they're a little bit more expensive than finding your own writer on Upwork. So like maybe $800 to $1,200. That's just a guess. Don't quote me on that. It could be a lot more. Like I said before, finding a ghostwriter and paying them is going to be your heaviest cost. So just take that into account. 400, 600 bucks, get that book written, and that's going to be your first big investment for a book. Next thing I can think of for KDP on publishing on Kindle and Amazon is proofreading and editing. Now, at the start I didn't do this, but I learned the hard way that you definitely want to get a proofreader and an editor. I would say it's optional, but for me, it's necessary, and it's not very expensive. Like, I found my proofreaders and editors on Upwork for around 75 to 100 bucks per book per 30,000 words. So it's pretty cheap. Takes them like 3 or 4 days. They proofread, edit the whole thing for me, and then they send it back error-free, which is amazing because my first book that I published, I got a few reviews saying that even though I had read through it myself, people are super judgy on Amazon. They're gonna write reviews about any little thing they don't like. So there was a few like grammar errors or whatever in the first book that I published, and some people left reviews on it, leaving like 3 stars. I definitely got this fixed. I learned the hard way. I got some proofreaders to re-edit the book, and then I republished it. So it's all good. So yeah, like 75 to 100 bucks for 30,000 words is what I'm paying. If you can pay lower than that, leave a comment down below. Maybe I'm overpaying. I don't know. I think that's pretty low though for like 30,000 words. So the fifth thing for KDP is going to be getting your cover designed and created. You're going to want to make an ebook and a paperback format for Kindle or for Amazon, I guess. For me, I pay $5 per cover, so it's like 10 bucks to get both of them made. I have a designer that I've used almost every single book, and they do an amazing job every time. I could probably do it myself. I mean, I'm decent in Photoshop, but I get him to do it every time because he is seriously really good. High quality. He delivers all the formats that I need. Paperback, ACX, which is another thing, Audible. It's a different dimension than Kindle, so like you have to pay another $5 to get your ACX cover made as well. So in total, you're gonna be paying like 50 and 20 bucks for a cover, which is pretty cheap. And I mean, it's a one-time payment. You're not gonna be paying like monthly or anything like that. So once you pay it off, it's good to go. The sixth thing I can think of is gonna be your lead magnet and your email automation. For your lead magnet in your book, this is a whole nother video, but basically it's to capture emails, to send out weekly emails to readers of your book and try and get reviews from them. So to make the lead magnet and put it in the book, that should be free. You should be doing that yourself. It doesn't take very long and it's pretty simple. Only thing that I can think of that might cost you a little bit is going to be the autoresponder. I use MailChimp, super simple. The emails aren't like extravagant or anything, and they're super simple, and it's like $15 US a month. So not a huge expense at all by any means. And then the last thing is going to be your ads. This is kind of a touchy topic. I don't really know if my costs are gonna be the same as yours. Could be all over the place, but I'm gonna break it down for one book that I've been doing. On this one book that I did in October that made me around 2,000 in sales, maybe around 1,100 in royalties. That's from a few other books too, just 1,100 in royalties. And in total, during the month of October, I spent around 450 Canadian or 450 US throughout the entire month on ads. So that's around $100 a week, $100 to $150 a week. That's for one book. Okay, this video is all on one book. So if you have more than one book, you're gonna be paying more for ads, but you're gonna be hopefully getting more return. But for me, so far with Amazon ads, I've only made money. I haven't lost any money. And another thing to mention is like, this is before I was even very good at Amazon ads at all. I'm still not very good, but I'm a little bit better than I was when I first started, which is September. And I'm just going off of October for an example right now. I hadn't even optimized these yet. These are just keywords that I found through Publisher Rocket and Google Keyword Planner. I was only spending around $400 per month. You can always lower your bids and optimize and optimize and optimize and get those costs lower and lower and lower and still have the same amount of sales. Now we're in December and it's been 10 days and I've spent $700 on ads. And this is on all my books, not just the one book. I think the one book I've spent like 200 on, but it's Q4. December's crazy for sales. All my books are selling really well right now. I've done 3,000 in sales and have over $1,300 in royalties, and that's just 1 week, which is way more than any of my other months for the whole month. Like in those entire months, I was making like 1,100, 1,000, and I think 700 US. And now in this first week of December, I have already made over $1,300 royalties. Those are basically all the costs for Amazon and Kindle, like KDP. So for one book on KDP, it's gonna be like around 600 to 700 upfront costs, and plus the cost of all your ads per month. But those should be making you money. And I'll make a separate video on Amazon ads and how they work and stuff in the future, because I know I'm just grazing over it right now and it's kind of like, what does he mean by those ads? But that's for the future. Another cost that you're gonna have to think about when you're publishing your books from Kindle to ACX, which is the platform you use to publish them to Audible to get an audio version of your book. Like I said before, you're gonna have to pay for that cover, which would be another $5 to get it formatted to the ACX dimensions, which is like a square. It's kind of weird. Other than that, you're just be paying for your narration costs, which I pay right now $50 per finished hour, and for a 30,000 long word book, it's like 150 bucks. It's like 3 hours long. $150 to $200 US. That's a one-time payment. You can also do a royalty share with the narrator, so they get a royalty every time you make a sale, so you don't have to pay them up front, which is not worth it. Do not do that. Like, I can't stress enough how important it is just to pay up front, because you're gonna lose the money. You're gonna lose so much more money in the long run if you're doing a royalty share. So other than that, like on ACX, there's no other real payments. You're just getting reviews to rank your book and sales. So there's no ads or anything like that yet. Still waiting for the day to be ads. So that'll be cool, but not yet. And the last thing that I do with one book is called going wide. So I actually published to another distributor called Ingram Spark, and all I do is pay $10 for a Ingram Spark formatted paperback and hardcover cover for my book, and then publish it through Ingram Spark, and then I just get random sales through there. It's not as much as KDP or ACX, but I'm literally doing nothing, and for the past 3 or 4 months I've been making $50 to like $150 per month off of Ingram Spark alone. Definitely publish to Ingram Spark. It's like completely free, other than like the $10 fee you pay for the Ingram Spark formatted cover, and then after that, like, just let it sit on Ingram Spark and you will get sales. It's just another way of publishing books. So overall, just to recap, KDP, your total costs are gonna be like $600 to $700 for one book. And keep in mind, that's just an upfront cost. Once it's live and on Amazon for months and months, you're not paying that ever again. That book's on there forever. All you're paying for is ads and optimizing them, and hopefully getting that cost lower and lower on your ads. And basically all you're paying for is the ads. After the whole book's written and everything, you're good to go. ACX, no ads, so you're just paying for the cover and the narration, and once that's good, you're good to go forever. You're literally paying for nothing on ACX once you're ranking and you're getting your reviews and stuff like that's coming in. Another thing is Ingram Spark. That's gonna be like $10 for the formatted covers, and then you're good to go. You're making passive income, which is, I don't know if there's a bad thing to do with passive income. That's amazing. And again, these costs are strictly from my personal experience with publishing. So like overall, all these costs, it's gonna be like $1,000 US in general, give or take $1,000 USD, plus the ads you pay on Amazon, KDP. For publishing a book, for me to make $1,000 a month off of it right now, around $1,000 upfront cost. So that's my method. There's many other methods you can publish a book with, but that's mine. It's working for me. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to answer them, help you guys out. Check out my Instagram. I'll put it right here, at Dane McBeth. I might post like behind the scenes stuff or something. I don't know. Don't forget to like the video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to me. I'm posting videos, trying to do it like once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. Probably publishing related, could be something else, some kind of tutorial, but for now, maybe once or twice a week. I'm making a video maybe next week going more in depth about my strategy for December and how I've made over $1,000 in royalties in like the first week compared to all my other months, which has been like $1,000 for the entire month. So December's been crazy. I want to make a video on that maybe next week, maybe the week after. Other than that, I think that's it for today. Those are the costs of making a book and publishing on Amazon, ACX, and Ingram Spark. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you next time. See you later.